Good morning, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Thursday, the 4th of February 2021, and it is past 11 o'clock, and I haven't been paid any compensations or any money towards my compensations and invested money, and the situation is still the same. Uh, I am still being abused and tortured by the authorities, and when I say so, I am still being poisoned by the authorities, and I cannot prove it. And as I tried to explain many times before, as long as I'm eating and drinking, they can poison me, and they are poisoning me. And the only way to prove it is that someone trustworthy that would eat and drink everything I eat and drink. And when I say eat and drink everything I drink, I mean not just go and buy, even from the same shop, I'm buying the same products. I'm talking about eating exactly what I eat. And as I said before, if I drink a can of beer, they have to drink half, and I will have to drink half. If I have to eat, or I eat an apple, we dice it and they have half, and I will have half, and so on. This is the only way. And not only this, but also they must not eat or drink anything else or get exposed to any kind of other fluids or whatever, or medicine, and blah blah blah, and all of this, because they might be getting or giving the antidote, and I would get the symptoms and they won't, and then I would look like I'm making this up. So in other words, I am still being poisoned by the authorities, and I cannot prove it. They are still poisoning me and targeting functions in my body, which I don't want to go into details now, but I will go into details when I speak to the human rights organizations and solicitors, who I have been contacting lots and lots and lots and lots of solicitors. Yesterday, I contacted Bindman's solicitors, and I found their name online when I was doing searching, and I contacted them, and I actually recorded the phone call. And the lady who answered, despite the fact I told her that this is urgent and I need my case in the court against the authorities as soon as possible, and gave her an example that I wanted it, or still want it even today. So she replied and said, well, on Friday she will get someone to contact me, which is taking so long. And again, I am being slowed down by the authorities indirectly, and so on. Another thing, any solicitors out there who are proceeding any kind of proceedings that I am not aware of against me in any way, form, or shape, you are just a rogue firm and a rogue solicitors, because you're just taking an action for someone against someone that is based on false. Anything is false, and basically, uh, uh, you know, just based on bullshit, basically. I have never harmed anyone in any way, form, or shape at all in my entire life. And again, even till the moment after all what happened, uh, uh, if anyone comes up with any accusations regarding, my ex and all of this, my ex and my daughters, they live in Berkshire, which is 70-80 miles away from where I live, and I haven't seen my daughters since 2016. And literally, this is another thing that the authorities did to me. They used illegal and illegitimate allegations and put it legally against me, and they deprived me from my daughters, and so on. Have I said that? I am not implying in any way or form or shape that my ex and I didn't separate. I mean, we did separate willingly, and although it didn't, it didn't work out, and all of this, uh, again, things happens. All what I want in terms of this matter with my daughters and so on is to be able to see my daughters and to be in their lives. My ex and I, it's over. We separated. It's, things happen in life, and I am getting on with my life since then. And despite the fact that the authorities didn't leave me a chance and basically had carried on using and abusing me even further, and so on. So, in other words, any proceedings or anything that I'm not aware of that involves my daughters and so on is false allegation. And when I say false allegation, I mean it has got no reason and no ground to be based on. So, even if, for example, someone claiming that my ex is claiming or trying to get an order to get me completely out of my daughter's lives. My daughter's, I mean Maya now, is, you know, older than 13 years old. Only another 3 years, and she will be capable to decide for herself to see her dad or not. And I miss her so much. And if they can see this, I want to say to my daughters that I miss you so much, Maya. I miss you so much, Yasmin. I never wanted to leave you. I never wanted to, be away from you. But again, I'm just a human being. I'm just a person, and the authorities are more powerful. And they did to me what they wanted to do, even till the moment, and I cannot even protect myself. So, in other words, I couldn't protect, this harmony between me and my family and all of this, and being in the circle of my daughters, and my daughters in my circle, and all of this. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. All what I can say that I love you so much, Maya. I love you so much, Yasmin. You know, Daddy, how much he loves you, and I never wanted to be away from you. And all of this, I'm sure, will be cleared up, and I will be able to see you again. I mean, I know for sure that you still remember how good and nice Daddy was, and how loving Daddy I am, and and so on. So I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. But anyway, uh, so anyone trying to use this against me, I mean, if their mom wants to make an allegation to deprive me completely from having anything to do with them, up to her. Fine. I'm not gonna even retaliate. I'm not gonna even, get a solicitor against this. That's if she decide. I mean, that's if that's her. As if she's trying to do allegations for any other reasons. I mean, I don't even own a penny. I mean, the authorities destroyed my life completely from A to Z, and I don't have any properties here or abroad or anywhere, and I am trying to get my compensations for what they did to me. So anything other than that, if there is any property or any possessions or anything that basically in my name, whether the previous name as, you know GALAL, Alpha November Yankee, or my currently name, or my new name, Al Brown Spencer. I don't know of, never known of, and I don't know if I have any property or anything. And if you know, please let me know, because I don't know, and I cannot see how I would get to have a property or whatever if I don't even have a penny. The other thing as well, anyone trying to put doubts around the genuinity of this case and all of this, on what basis are you doing this? And are you working for the government? Are you against the right thing? And are you against, what they should do to correct and basically give me my compensations for what they did to me? Uh, so if you think so, so you are one of them. And when I say one of them, I mean you are someone who has no honor whatsoever. And when I say no honor, this is a truth. And I'm not just generalizing, this is what I have experienced so far. Anyone who works for the government either is honorless and use their authority, or used it against me, or someone who helping them to actually use their authorities against me in any way, form, or shape. So, in other words, if you work for the government and you are an ethical and a good person, you shouldn't be offended. I'm not generalizing. However, this is the case, and that's what happened. Another thing, I said it and I made it clear. Once I get through this and once I get my compensations, I am strongly thinking about leaving the UK completely, well, with all the bad memories I have in my mind that is disturbing me all the time, and go and live in another country. And when I say I may and or strongly, I do. I mean, unless I get convinced otherwise in terms of, you know, a clear future and so on, which I, to be honest with you, I cannot see anyway. So I'm thinking about maybe go to Spain, maybe Ucania, maybe Castellón de la Plana, maybe Valencia, and actually start my business there, air and sea adventures once I get there, or maybe France, Bordeaux, La Rochelle, something like that, or maybe Boulogne-sur-Mer, uh, some places where I've been before and I I have, you know, memories even visiting and all of this, and no, and more importantly, no bad memories, no torture, nothing. So anyway, uh, I am trying my best. Any solicitors out there who are fearless, ethical, and honest, please get in touch. This case is a big case involving high authorities, and when I say high authorities, I mean decision makers in the regime. And when I say in the regime, I mean not the people you see on TV. These people are just a front. They don't even, you know, possess the full power to change anything. They are just being told what to do, and they are there as a front in terms of the system and the regime and all of this. So it is complicated, but these people were involved from the country where I was born and here in the UK, and they haven't left me alone even till the moment, and I'm still being poisoned till the moment. And I will go through details in terms of what functions in my body they target and why and how and all of this. The other thing as well, that if there is anyone out there trying or saying or claiming that they are relative and they have the power and all of this, these people are just rogue people using me as an excuse or a way or a method in order to gain more power, or, you know, achieve what they want to achieve in terms of their realm and power and all of this. I am a simple man. You know, don't have any power or authority, and I don't wish to have any kind of power or authority against anyone or over anyone. And definitely, I do not want anyone, regardless who they are, regardless what kind of relationship they have with me, to have any kind of power or authority over me from near or far. I am a free man. I like to be free man. I like to live freely, and I like to, you know, have my concerns just for my small circle of future girlfriend and more kids and so on. As for my daughters, Maya and Yasmin, they are with their mom. I am so happy that their mom, and I'm sure that she is looking after them and she's a good mom. So that is absolutely fine with me. And as I said, I am sure when they reach 16 years old, I am sure they will come and look for their daddy. I'm not saying that I would refuse to see them now, but the situation is there is no way. And the case I'm taking to court against the authority on what they did to me, including the false imprisonment and all of this, is one of the ways I'm trying to resolve what I was put through in terms of being deprived from my daughters. So this is a way of resolving this as well and being able to see my daughters in the future. Because once everything cleared up and everything is shown, people will know that basically there was no need for their mom to deprive me if it was her who put these statements and all of this. So, in other words, life is goes on, and I'm trying my best. And my message to my abusers, whether in the country where I was born or here in the UK, if you think that you will get away with what you have done and what you're doing to me, you are an arrogant bastard or arrogant bastards, and you should know that I am not going to give up on annihilating you and getting you to court to be fairly trialed, and to expose you and your power and your authority and everyone underneath you for what you did to me. Uh, you have no justification, no reason to justify what you did to me. Even people who are criminals and actually did something wrong, you cannot do what you did to me to them, because simply everyone is free, and everyone, if they commit a crime or something, they must be tried fairly, and they must be, appear in front of a fair, ethical, honest court where they receive the punishment for what they actually did and were caught red-handed. The other thing that I would like to emphasize and say, that basically everyone born free, and not because people in the authority think they are protecting a country or whatever, that they have the right to use, abuse, or torture anyone. If you use and abuse even one single person, claiming that you are protecting, a country, a regime, or whatever, you are literally destroying the pedestal or the stone base that you should stand on in terms of protecting people and countries. The other thing as well that people should understand, that power and authority is just something that given as a, I wouldn't say as a chain, but it is something that, given by governments, and governments are formed by people, and people are governments, and governments are people. So in other words, it is human beings, or I should suppose, or I should think they are human beings, or they think they are, or they act as ones, and they should think properly about what it means to keep a country safe, and so on. If keeping a country safe means that you would waste one person's life who's innocent, then you are destroying all the meanings of what a safe country can be, and what you should do to keep a country safe. Keeping a country safe means that you keep every individual in this country safe, or anyone on your soil safe at all cost. Even the bad ones, they should be fairly trialed once they are red-handed or caught red-handed. The other thing is, if someone out there claiming to be a relative or whatever, claiming that they saved my life or spared me after I was, you know, officially liable for, being wasted because of something I said, or something, I expressed, and all of this. I'm a free person. I can say whatever I want, as long as I'm not harming anyone. This is the most important thing. And again, saying something or being against, the practice of a government or regime or whatever, or saying something, wishing what should be done or should happen or should be there, blah blah blah, that does not mean that I am being liable to be punished for what I say. The word is very strong when you're fighting against corruption and so on. However, it's not hurting people. It's strong in the terms of giving knowledge and opening the minds of people in terms of what are their rights and what they can claim and what they can, choose. So, in other words, being someone who speaks their mind and literally saying, things against any misconduct, or what should be done in a country or whatever, doesn't mean that this person is someone who should be executed or assassinated because they represent a threat to national security or whatever, which is bullshit. So, in other words, whatever reasons, whatever grounds anyone out there based their use, abuse, torture against me, whether what I just explained or anything else, nonsense or bullshit, it does not give anyone the right to use, abuse, or torture me or anyone, as long as no one harming anyone in any way, form, or shape. That's fine. And when I say, even if someone is evil and actually harming people and does not deserve to live with people, you still don't have the right to use, abuse, or torture them. Just convict them, catch them red handed with enough honest, you know, real evidences and witnesses, and then get them fairly trialed in an honest, ethical court, so they can, be fairly trialed. And remember that in the end of the day, law was made and given and settled by people. People who give their ideas and ideology regarding, criminal acts, blah blah blah, circumstances, and equation, and what punishment people should, receive. So, in other words, we didn't evolve to become human beings and literally found the law just there for us, done by the aliens or whatever. We evolved, and throughout the history and situations and what happens between people and people, because of, population and all of this, we started to put laws to arrange this living in a harmony community and so on. So in other words, and in more in depth and specifically, I'm trying to emphasize on this, law was put and settled by human beings, by people who thought about it, ideologists, people who think regarding what they should do in terms of protecting the community, in terms of, against criminal acts done by people against people. And you cannot use this falsely against people without enough evidences, without enough ethical, witnesses or evidences and so on, just to annihilate people if you think they are committing something bad, and you cannot convict them. If you cannot convict them, if you cannot catch them red-handed, then ask yourself this question: could you be any wrong? Could you be deluded, or, I don't know what's the word for it regarding these people and all of this. So in other words, I can speak about this for days, but the bottom line is I was used, abused, and tortured by the system and by the authorities here in the UK, who participated, authorized, and facilitated 99.9% of what was done to me. And when I was falsely imprisoned, it was here in the UK. And when I was beaten up almost every day, it was here in the UK. And when I was mentally and psychologically abused by prison officers who used to beat me up, it was here in the UK. And most of what was done to me, 99.9% of what was done to me, was done to me here in the UK, a country where it's supposed to be, a realm of freedom, happiness, human rights, and so on, which completely is bullshit claims and propaganda. And I'm not being unfair, I'm talking to you about my personal experience and what was done to me. If you think otherwise, great, you know, everyone, should think what they want to think about what country they live in and all of this, but I promise you, I'm not making this up, and I'm a genuine person, and what was done to me, and what I'm saying was done to me, and I'm not making this up, and I can prove this. So if you're a solicitor out there who's ethical, honest, fearless, please get in touch. I am claiming £6 million plus interest, plus any legal or soliciting fees. And all what I can say is, this is a genuine case. I'm a genuine person, and I am not gonna give up on annihilating and exposing those bastards. And I need your help to get on board, take this case to court, and literally give the details and the evidences I have, and literally get them annihilated, because this is one part of the case which we're going to take to the court here in the UK, but big part of the case will be dealt with the human rights organizations and so on. I mean, for example, I am still being poisoned even till the moment, attacking functions in my body, and I cannot prove it. So this part will be dealt with by the human rights organizations and other organizations and activists and individuals who actually know the capability of the authorities and how they can do this to people and so on. And I promise you, I have enough information throughout what was done to me and my attempts to avoid it and all of this, to prove and give an evidence in terms of what was done to me, and that it's reality. I'm not just making this up and so on. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you watch this and decide to help, please get in touch and help. And if you think that there is something you want to discuss with me in terms of how to proceed this to the court and so on, please get in touch. If you're a solicitor, human rights activist or organization, media, journalist, presenters, and all of this, please get in touch. I have lots of information to give, and I am willing to give it, and I'm willing to expose my abusers. So thank you very much for your time, and please get in touch if you can help. My name is Al Brown Spencer, and of course this is my name that I changed it to by a deed poll here in the UK. As for my original name that was given to me at birth, which is I changed it completely, is spelling as Galal. This is the first name, and the surname Alpha November Yankee. Well, I'm staying at the present time at room number 1, and that is number 135 West Hill Road, and that's Bournemouth here in the UK, and the postcode is BH25EG. Again, it's Bravo Hotel 25 Echo Golf. And my telephone number or mobile number is 0746592053. Again, thank you very much for contacting me. I mean, in advance for contacting me, providing that you will contact me, and you wouldn't be disappointed. This is a genuine case. I'm a genuine person, and I have enough information to give for this court and even more. And I want to make it clear that my goals and my most important goals from this campaign to expose these bastards is, number one, to get my financial compensations and moral compensations, to get my freedom, uncompromised freedom and privacy, and of course to have a clear future so I can restart my life, start my business, buy my properties, and all of this from the compensation money that I will get, and also to get these bastards exposed and punished, because as long as they are out there, I am not safe, you're not safe, people are not safe. If they claim that they made a mistake and did this to me by mistake, I promise you they can do it to you, and again it would be by mistake. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Get in touch, and we can carry on some of the use and abuse that was done to me, and explaining it, and basically explain what they did to me, and so on. It is unbelievable. Just thinking about it is disturbing. And when I say carry on, this is not invitation for anyone to carry on their abuse on me. I'm just saying to carry on explaining the use and abuse that I've been subject to even till the moment. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.